It has been a particularly challenging weekend across Ukraine, especially in the eastern regions, where Ukrainian forces have been under intense pressure. However, there is some positive news emerging from the Kherson region. Ukrainian forces have successfully destroyed a key bridge that had been vital for Russian logistics in the area. This bridge had been a critical supply route for Russian forces, and although Ukraine had attempted to take it out multiple times in the past, this time, they succeeded comprehensively. The destruction of this bridge significantly disrupts Russian supply lines, making it extremely difficult for their troops to receive reinforcements or retreat. The damage appears to be severe enough that Russian forces will not be able to construct a temporary replacement anytime soon. This effectively isolates Russian troops in that region, complicating their logistical operations and making their position much more precarious. For Ukrainian forces, who have endured significant setbacks in recent weeks, this success offers a much-needed morale boost. It demonstrates that with the recent reinstatement of US intelligence support and advanced Western military technology, such as British or American missiles, they can achieve strategic victories even under heavy pressure in the east. Beyond the tactical advantage, this victory carries immense psychological value. In warfare, morale is often as crucial as physical capabilities, and this operation serves as a clear signal to both Ukrainian troops and their allies that progress is possible. The bridge was not just a logistical route but a crucial communication link for Russian operations. Its public and decisive destruction is a symbolic blow to Russian military strategy in the region. Ukraine has recently suffered significant territorial losses, particularly in the Kherson region, where Russian forces have regained ground initially seized by Ukraine in the summer. Reports indicate that Russia is amassing troops for a potential offensive in Sumy, as well as making gains in areas like Petropavlivka and Donetsk. Ukrainian forces in these regions have been struggling, with reports of Russia employing chemical weapons to advance. Given this context, the success in Kherson is particularly valuable. The extensive media coverage of this operation is also beneficial for Ukraine. With ongoing geopolitical tensions between Moscow and Washington, and concerns over continued Western support, this victory helps reinforce confidence both domestically and internationally. It highlights the effectiveness of Western-supplied precision weapons, such as Storm Shadow and Taurus missiles, which have played a crucial role in targeting Russian supply routes. From a strategic perspective, disrupting enemy supply lines has always been a key component of warfare. Roads, railways, and air links are essential for transporting ammunition, food, and other military resources. Cutting these supply chains weakens an opponent's ability to sustain prolonged operations. The destruction of bridges, particularly those spanning major rivers and tributaries, forces adversaries to seek alternative routes, slowing their movements and diminishing their combat effectiveness. Ukraine's recent operations have focused on targeting Russian logistics, including ammunition depots in Crimea and other occupied areas. By forcing Russia to relocate these facilities further from the front lines, Ukraine not only disrupts enemy supplies but also increases their vulnerability to further strikes. This approach is critical in a war of attrition, where the side with greater resources and personnel often prevails. Russia has maintained momentum in recent months due to a seemingly endless supply of conscripts and ammunition, drawing from both domestic sources and allied nations such as North Korea. However, if Ukraine can continue to disrupt supply routes, it can hinder Russia's ability to sustain its offensive. Western-supplied precision weapons, such as HIMARS and ATACMS missiles, play a crucial role in this strategy. However, there have been concerns about shortages in these weapons, making each successful strike even more significant. Another challenge for Ukraine has been the temporary loss of critical US intelligence support, which provides precise coordinates for targeting key Russian positions. The reinstatement of this intelligence will be essential for continuing successful strikes against Russian infrastructure and military assets. Ultimately, without a steady supply of ammunition, soldiers on the battlefield cannot fight effectively. Ukraine's focus on dismantling Russian logistics is a crucial element of its strategy. Recent attacks on ammunition depots and bridges indicate a broader effort to weaken Russia's war machine. If these operations continue successfully, they could significantly impact the course of the conflict. This strategy is not unique to Ukraine. It has been a fundamental principle of warfare throughout history. By systematically targeting supply lines, Ukraine is adopting a time-tested approach to military strategy. If they can maintain this momentum, they stand a strong chance of countering Russian advances and regaining control over critical territories.